Geek. I am Richie Castellano, and joining me today is my co-host, Jarrett Pressman.
Greetings, programs!
And our special guest today, Mr. Tony Hanson.
Also greetings, programs.
And Tony's name should be popping on the screen right now. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. See, did you know you had a credit on this show?
No idea.
Every show, you have a credit.
I do?
Yes.
What did I do?
You took the photos that everybody
I did take the photos.
Yes, you did, and you deserve a credit.
Thank you.
So you got one.
Which is why it says photo by
Tony Hanson.
Awesome.
Okay, so what we're pretty much doing today is Tony and I are filling Jarrett in on a trip that we took without him.
That's every trip.
It was a great trip.
You were invited.
I know.
Okay, so now we've had a. Do you remember what episode the Artemis one was?
Artemis. I can look it up. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I'll put like a link over there or something to it if I can remember. Probably won't.
There'll be nothing over there.
There'll be no link popping up right here.
I'll present it.
So okay,
there it is.
I'll tell you what Artemis is first, and then we'll talk about the event we went to. Artemis is my favorite video game ever, and it's a very small indie video game made by one guy. And
one man.
Yeah. And basically, I don't want to spend too much time describing it because we did a whole episode on that already. But the recap is, if you ever wanted to be on a Star Trek bridge, this game does it better than any Star Trek game. Would you agree with that?
I definitely agree with that. Actually, I had that conversation with the creator, saying that how your game is more Star Trek than Star Trek games.
Right. Like the Star Trek games never quite get it, and you never quite, get the same feeling that you do when watching Star Trek from. And there have been plenty of Star Trek games. There's Star Trek Online. There's Bridge Commander. There was I think Armada was a Star Trek game.
I think so.
I think I had that game. But
there was also a very old one too, or at least one or two very old ones.
Right. So this game actually captures it, and what it is you link like five or six computers together, and one computer you put on a big screen TV or a projector or whatever, and that's the main viewer. And then there are 5 stations. There's a helmsman, a weapons person, an engineer, a science officer, a comms officer, and a captain. Mm-hmm. So, and everybody has to work in concert in order to complete missions. And if you don't work together, you will die quickly.
Yes.
And that's the game, and it's a blast. But it's an indie game. Like, for example, the Facebook group for this game has like 350 people. That's it, and it's still like the best kept secret of sci-fi fans. Hey, why don't you move over a little bit? You're like getting off.
Is it bothering you? I can't fit in the frame. There we go.
I want you to fit in the frame. I want you to be here. By the end of the episode, I don't mind if you're all the way over there.
He'll be upstairs.
So it's been really fun hanging out with you guys this week.
So I just wanted to catch everybody up on what the game is. So now that you understand the game, and it's for PC and tablets or whatever, like iOS devices, Android devices. But every year for the last 4 years, they've had a big convention. Not a big convention, a tiny convention.
All 350 people went, so that's the biggest convention.
Actually, a third of the whole group
every
went.
fan went.
100 people went.
Wow.
And it's one of those things, like when you have a job like I do, and you work on weekends, you see like all these things that you'd like to be able to do.
Right.
You're like, well, that would be nice, but I do this for a living and I can't. I'm not saying I'm complaining about being in a band and getting to tour. That's the opposite. But
sounds like you're complaining about being in a band.
It does sound like that.
It does sound like
that. But it's like, I guess I can't go to that. But this year, for whatever reason, it just lined up perfectly, and I didn't have a gig this weekend, so I said, that's it, I'm going. And I thought my whole crew, and usually a crew is 6 people, was going to go, and we really couldn't get the whole crew together.
I think only the coolest ones and the tightest, the group were actually able to go.
Yes.
Wow.
So here, look at this motley crew we have right here. This is a picture taken at Arby's. And this is me, Tony, and our friend Damian Scrow, who's also been on the podcast before. He was on the Spinal Tap episode, and he was on the Tiger's Fang episode.
Nice hat, nerd.
So the 3 of us went, and I was, Tony, you were a little concerned that we were going to go short-staffed. And that's a good concern, because if you don't, like I said before, if you don't have a full crew, you die.
We need more nerds.
Yeah, so we went on the Artemis Facebook group of all 300 and change, and I explained the situation. Me and my friends are going, and we don't have a full crew. And these two guys, Eric Wethington and Lee Hunt, they had a crew, and there was only the two of them. So they said, "Why don't you come join our crew?" And it was very nice of them, and we joined them, and so we had a plan, and it took place at the Beechwood DoubleTree in Ohio. It's like about 20 minutes from Cleveland, and they have the whole ballroom reserved, or most of the ballroom reserved. And the cool thing was that you could there was like a group rate at the hotel, so we stayed at the hotel, and you could literally like get out of bed and go downstairs and play video games.
Hey,
it was a pretty cool setup.
As close as you can make this to your actual house, that's what they do.
Yeah. So I just thought it was one of the most fun things I ever went to. I had a blast. But let me show some pictures first. Hopefully I didn't put anything stupid in here. But yeah, you saw the Arby's picture. So okay, here was our bridge.
Ballroom C.
Yeah, it's a ballroom, and our bridge was pretty straightforward in that we had like a little grid of tables with a bunch of laptops. We actually had the biggest bridge of the whole convention because normally you're supposed to just play with 6 positions, like the 6 mains, but you can also have fighter pilots. And we had, was it 4?
We had, actually, I think that we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Like, so 5 fighter pilots, so you could actually...
Well, you have 4 fighter pilots in a shuttle.
Right. So we had like a little fighter pit. So we had like the biggest crew, like, or not the biggest crew, but the biggest capability for a crew. And then I started taking some pictures of people's rigs, like they had like all their
Is that a flux capacitor?
No, this is like I didn't really take a good picture of this, but this is like a fixture like the Star Trek console that they have on the bridge, and the guy like hid 2 computers in here. So this one went to weapons, this one went to helm, or vice versa.
Notice the alternative fuel source to the left.
Yes. This could have been sponsored by Mountain Dew.
Extreme.
So this is Tom Robertson. He's the creator of Artemis, and we've had him on the show before, and great guy. We had a blast playing with him. So check this out. Someone made this.
Wow.
For the game.
I love the old school switches. That's
yeah,
so great.
yeah. So they figured out a way, and everything lit up. Like all these people had customized bridges and whatnot. That's the whole panel. Pretty awesome. And everything worked. Oh, and I saw a lot of this going on. I think next year, if they're smart, next year they'll get an endorsement or like a sponsorship from Mountain Dew, because it was all over the place, including me. I knocked back at least 5 of them. So anyway, the Mountain Dew. This was an interesting build. They had a counter that was actual time, and all these little lights here, they actually responded to the game conditions.
Huh.
Because the game allows you to do DMX mapping.
Yeah.
Like the way I do the live stream. Yeah, this is a console somebody made with all the comms on it.
It's cool.
There's the weapons terminal.
Wow.
Right?
That's one of my favorites.
That's cool.
Oh, here's a Richie in full tinker. Look at that.
If you want to see how much fun I have when Richie tinkers, just zoom in on me.
Everybody's focused. And the guy in the hat's going, hey, look at that guy. Pointing to Tony.
That's it.
Eric.
That's Eric. That's our captain of our bridge. Nice guy. This is another bridge I got to play on.
Wow, look at that panel.
Right? They look like the Apple Store. And everything was touchscreen. They also, when I sat down, here's what happened. Like the first night, it was supposed to be pretty much like a setup night. And so we set up our bridge, and then we played a little bit, but everybody's kind of toasted.
Sure.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay up as long as I can because I'm here. Like, it was such a pain in the ass to get here. You know, and we drove 7 hours from New York to Cleveland. And we played a fantastic, 8 rounds of Do, Marry, Kill.
Oh, God. Wait, how many rounds? 8?
It was like, Tony said the one we can never, ever play again is Firefly Edition.
Oh, my God. Because it hurts my heart to play it.
Oh, no, here we go. Okay, fine. Do, Marry, Kill's Firefly Edition.
Oh, my God. Wait. Oh, just any of the crew. Anybody.
Any woman on the show.
Oh.
Yeah, the women, dude.
Ooh. I don't know. Captain Tight Pants seems like he'd be a bit of a snuggler. Let's see.
This is what happened to Tony. It literally broke his brain.
The more you go into it.
Oh my God! Wait. Okay. So I'd marry Kaylee.
He'd marry Kaylee.
I understand.
I'd marry Kaylee. I'd do Inara, and I'd kill Zoe. Oh God, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait.
I think
I'd kill Kaylee and marry Zoe, And do Inara. I'm just always going to do
kill
Inara.
Kaylee. Why would you kill Kaylee? No.
I don't know. Oh my god.
I did this.
Can I kill
Inara
Shepherd
and
Book?
Kaylee.
No, I did Saffron, and then I killed Saffron, and then I married Inara. No, I
Oh
married
my god,
Kaylee.
Saffron! I forgot about Mrs. Reynolds. Oh crap! Oh, now I gotta rewatch.
I struggle between Kaylee and Inara.
Anyway, this
Oh my-
particular conversation ate up 7 hours.
This is the most amazing conversation.
So anyway-
there's
Then we played
no bad person on
Then we
that.
played 20 questions, which lasted,
Oh my god!
lasted about 20 seconds.
We played 20 questions. And I never played it before. He goes, like, "Do you know how to play 20 questions?" He's like, I'm like, "No." He goes, "You just ask questions until you figure out who I am."
Actually, I say 20 questions. He goes, I don't even know how to play this. And so I say, you just got to say yes or no and guess who I am. And I go, okay, like, guess who I am, go.
"Are you Jean-Luc Picard?"
I was like, yes.
Are you a man? Yes. Are you alive? Yes. Evil Knievel.
That's actually what I was thinking of.
So I wanted to play, and me and Damien were walking around the ballroom, and I saw these guys, and I was just admiring their setup, and they said, "Hey, you want to play?" And that's what the attitude was like at this place. Like, nobody was standoffish. Nobody was like, "Go away."
Right.
Everybody was like, "Hey, cool." Like every single time that I just looked at something, some guy would come over to me. "Oh, hey, you want to see how I did that?" And he would explain everything, which was great for us because we want to play again at Tony's studio.
We learned a lot of nerdy things.
We learned so much stuff. They're like, "Oh, I actually have a DMS controller hooked up to an Arduino board." I'm like, "Oh my god, I want to know all this stuff."
And that's why you bought an Arduino board.
So we no, that's not why I bought an Arduino board.
No, that's why you bought an Arduino board.
That's not why I bought an Arduino board. So anyway,
Hey everybody, Richie bought an Arduino board.
so
You're an Arduino.
Arduino. So I walked up to these guys and they have like all these nice slick panels, and they're like, "You want to play?" I was like, I don't know. I was like, "You know what? That's why I'm here." So not only did they let me sit down, but they handed me a wireless headset so I can hear the commands from the
Wow.
captain. It was really slick. Just very cool.
Is that their
experience.
logo on the back of their chair, like their crew? or
Oh,
is that
probably
just
everybody
random?
had their crew
Probably was,
logos.
yeah.
People had like whole crews had uniforms and stuff. So this was a mission generator. Like it was a red button, and if you didn't know what to do, it would randomly pick a mission for you. So we ended up doing this mission. Oh, this was awesome.
What?
They had murder mysteries.
Interesting.
And the way they did it, this is obviously someone died, and this is them taping the body.
I hope so.
I would hope so.
So
He died so perfectly.
he did. So what they actually did is they had 3 like little scenes they played with people acting in costume or whatever. And at first it was like kind of random, but it was like the president gets killed. Who killed the president? Was sort of thing. And by the end, the third one. At 8 o'clock, there was going to be a big multiplayer mission, right? The last murder mystery led right into the multiplayer. It set it up. Like, okay, now that we found out who assassinated the president, is an all-out war, and get to your stations, everybody, get to your ships.
like
And it was really awesome the way they did that.
That photo you just put up, can you put it back up
Oh, sure.
for this feed? So during the whole convention, which I just thought was funny, the guy in the background wearing the
blue?
the blue.
This guy.
So by the way, he's an amazing helmsman. So if he's ever watching this, he's an amazing helmsman. He did a great job, and he was like holding this down. And if you play the game, you know how awesome that is. But anyway, so many people were dressed up in these uniforms that I kept thinking that the police were coming in and breaking everything up, and they would be standing over me, but they're just watching the game and they're just players. But I literally would be like, "Oh, are we being shut down?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's just another person who's commanding something."
In an excellent costume.
Yeah.
This is I just took some pictures of
See
different
what I mean?
bridges.
Look at the costume.
Like these guys have all matching uniforms on. See,
It's Captain Over from Airplane.
pretty awesome.
Yes.
This is
Over
me
on
and
it.
Damien mugging. This is a Chick-fil-A break, which I felt.
We ate so healthy.
You know what the funny thing is? Everybody was so involved with the game. We did
Here's a Chick-fil-A. Oh yeah.
everyone was so we went to Chick-fil-A before the big game, and we bought like Tony actually bought like $40 in food at Chick-fil-A, and we got and we had a full bridge, and basically Tony went around handing out sandwiches, and everybody was so into the game they were just like, okay, just devouring the Chick-fil-A.
So the realistic part of an Artemis bridge is that the space in Artemis is 90% recycled fart.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that bad. That was the one drink that I needed to get drunk.
Oh my god.
Oh, this was cool. This guy, they came from Canada, and they had a Canadian bridge.
Yeah, he looks like he's from Canada.
Oh wait, I just realized no one can see the pictures
Yeah, I was just gonna
showing.
say that to you.
Oh, it's stupid. All right, how else we have to go far back again?
Oh no, he said to that, not this guy.
Okay. Anyway, Here we go. This was the
Ignore the last 5 minutes.
This was the guy who was an awesome helmsman.
He was good. I thought he was the police.
This is the
That's Captain Over.
amazing
That's Captain John.
This guy's in the German Air Force.
No, but those are amazing suits.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I
They
mean?
are fantastic.
This is me and Scro mugging. Okay, this is the Chick-fil-A. And this is the rum and coke I drank and got drunk off of. Okay, now this guy, they were from Canada, and I'm playing with them. They did this really interesting thing at the convention when they, because everybody sort of was like staying on their own bridge. So like there's a really awesome woman running the convention, and she picks up the mic and she says, "Okay, everybody, get up, go to a different bridge. That's not yours, except the captain's. Captain stay."
Right.
So we all walked in. Then this guy took me in, and we're playing, and I'm doing comms, whatever. And in like a lull in the action, he like looks over to me and goes, "There's a rumor going around that you're in Blue Oyster Cult." And I was like, "Yes, I am." And he was like, "I don't want to be annoying, but that's awesome." And I just thought that was really funny. So we took a picture, and the guy was really cool.
I thought you were going to say, "Oh, come join our bridge, eh? We're taking a mission out to the Maritimes."
So this is a really...
Oh my god, I've not seen this picture coming
Okay,
up.
yeah. This is during the exchange program. Scro got to work on the Normandy Bridge, which was probably the most hooked up bridge in terms of like control panels.
Wow.
And Scro was having a blast.
I like this part. I like this picture as Scro coming from the exchange program.
Yeah. But look at those like all those buttons activate game controls.
That's
He has no idea which button is which.
No, he probably totally crashed that
He's
shit.
just literally yelling at the screen, hoping it does what he wants
They
it
have
to do.
labels.
And there's the captain, the guy who built it. He was a very nice guy. But so you see like the detail that went into everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
A lot of passion for this game.
Oh, people cosplayed like there was a lot of these fairies walking around.
Space Fairy.
Exactly.
Yeah, we had an elf running our weapons.
That's right. We did. And this bridge, they gave him a certificate of participation,
Oh,
which I thought was really cute.
Oh, no prize.
Oh, this is Captain Tony.
no
Oh,
prize.
there's our space fairy.
Oh, she was the
Oh.
best. Cassandra, if you're watching this, you
Yes.
were awesome. We miss you.
Oh.
And
the name was
Cassandra.
Yay.
During at the exchange program, I came back and Tony was in full on captain mode. So Tony was actually kicking ass as the captain, and I was a little worried that you weren't going to get the captain because you're a great captain. And I kept saying like, "Hey, get in there, Tony, get in there, captain."
I don't want to push myself into the reign of command, but then suddenly I was promoted to XO, and then when the captain left, I saluted and I took over.
Go to that picture.
I'm going to go to this picture.
Is that Will Wheaton?
No, but he might as well have been.
He was really good, actually.
Yeah, so this
He
is
did a good job.
this is our warp core. This thing over here. Our captain built it out of like tubes and LED strips. It's pretty cool.
That's Darren Wright on the left.
Yeah, Darren is a scripter who we actually played a script from this guy and a script from this guy.
I loved. Darren's mission which was Medusa. I loved it. That was a great mission. So anybody out there who plays, definitely play it.
Yeah, his was the whales.
Oh, the whales was his.
That was his.
Okay, and he did a great job too because he actually was solving all the hard problems for Medusa's mission.
Right, right. Oh, so this is some of the cosplay going on. All right, so that's the end of the slideshow.
Yay.
Yay!
Wow, your vacation looks really fun.
Actually, I think I did a walkthrough on Facebook. I'll play that right now. We can take a look at it. Oh, wait, but first, let's take care of some business. If you want to tip the show, if you want to contribute, you can use a tip jar at richiecastellano.com/tipjar. It brings you to a PayPal form from our partner site, Streamlabs, and it's just a regular PayPal payment, totally safe. If you use Amazon, go to our link, riotcast.com/bandgeek, hit the Amazon banner at the top of the page, and then you do your Amazon shopping like normal. Doesn't cost you anything extra and helps out the show. If you want to buy some cool Band Geek merch, go to bandgeek.merchtable.com. We have some merch left, I believe, Jarrett.
Yes, we do.
We still have this awesome looking t-shirt and the hat that Jarrett is actually wearing right now.
Yeah,
So for
that's
all of
the-
you that were paying attention, you would have noticed that Richie was pushing his Star Wars agenda
I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
on that first one.
Nobody's ever noticed
Just
that
saying,
before.
you might want to rewind it. Take a look.
So now that we got the business out of the way, let's look at my Facebook Live thing. I stupidly did it in portrait mode because like when you're in Facebook Live, it like sort of pushes.
Oh my
portrait
God, you're a
mode.
55-year-old mother.
No, but on Facebook Live, it's better to do portrait mode, but not for playback. You know what I mean?
No, then you got to put those weird like things on the
No,
side.
no,
which is
I'm just doing this. Look.
Which is like a blurry.
All right.
Oh.
This is a very interesting thing that's going on right now. It's really cool, actually. For the last 4 years, my favorite video game, you guys know I play video games, is Artemis.
Because I don't want to look nerdy.
It's like a confession.
Yeah.
In Cleveland called Armada. This is the 4th one. And I've never been able to go. You know, I'm a busy guy. Got gigs and stuff. So never been able to go.
Rationalizing to your Facebook feed.
Something, just the fates aligned where I was able to go. And it just worked out. I wasn't playing this weekend. So I was able to go to Artemis Armada. So me and 2 of my buddies, we drove from New York to the Cleveland, Ohio area. And we're here. And let me show you what this is. This is amazing. I'm having a blast. Hold on. Okay. These are all spaceship bridges. We're going to be playing a game together. So check this out. This is amazing. These are all crews that are going to be playing this game together.
A lot of great bridges here.
Yep, a lot of nice.
And that's the creator, Tom.
There's Tom!
They point him out like you're accusing him.
Shame.
Made
panels for
See that bridge?
Yeah.
They did such a good
launching
job.
weapons and flying the ship. It's just incredible. Awesome stuff. And they have all Dmx Lighting here. Look at this. These guys have panels too. Like
They look like they're in art
touch
class.
screens. Amazing. Right? Check out this. These guys have quite a bit of fabrication
really
going
cool.
on here. Yeah, this is like an ultimate LAN party, Gary.
This kind of looks the
But
most
check
like
out the controllers these guys
the
made.
original series.
Pretty amazing.
Especially the chairs.
Here's what looks to be like a warp core. Right? Look at this fabrication here. That's
These
beautiful.
are probably my favorites.
And they can actually control the game with this.
So 80s
A lot of
colorful.
Yeah,
homemade,
and that's
amazing
those are the
stuff
best ones.
here. And here's our bridge. These gentlemen have been
Yeah,
kind
warp
enough to let my friends and I join their bridge. They have a little warp core. I set up my little DMX lighting over there.
That's what crazy.
Got a bunch of computers, joysticks, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Graybeard.
Graybeard!
This is Damien.
Skronad.
We're ready to rock and roll. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, so it's like basically like a Star Trek game where you're all on the bridge
That's
together
enough of
and
that.
you control different parts. Like
Aw, but I want to see you poorly frame yourself more.
Shut up.
Aw.
So I also did another video. I had my video cameras going the whole time. I actually have like 16 hours of this.
And now we'll watch it.
No,
right.
I edited it down to like 4 minutes.
All right.
Wow.
So I actually took out all the lulls in the game and tried to make the most exciting looking thing I could. But just to give you an idea of
Is it
what
scored?
the game is like, it's not scored.
Boo.
Well, it's scored by the music in the game.
Richie Castellano would have scored it. I mean, what happened?
Okay, here we go. Anyway, here it is.
all right, Facebook. This is Tom. This is his fault. He made this game,
No, I'm accusing him.
and I got to play with him now. So this is really awesome.
Same.
And this is Eric. This is Eric, who is kind enough to let me play with him and his crew. So thank you, Eric.
You got it.
Fighters out! Whoa! Fighters out! Launch, please!
So I put the screen over here, obviously.
Fire EMP center mass, please. We're in the center of mass! Just find a ship and launch the sucker. Don't do it!
Oh,
The guy was funny.
we were a pirate ship. So yeah.
Let's go, bees!
Which one? We failed to mention earlier too.
Can I
If
get
you
a
go
boost
back
to
and listen
beams,
to Tom
please?
Robertson episode, this also has one of the greatest soundtracks of any game.
It's got a great soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
There we go! We have joy.
So majestic.
I'm proud of my fighters. I've rocked them up.
I'm so amazed that no one's ever thought of just making this game because it's like
It's so obvious.
it is so obvious, and they're still not doing it even though it exists.
Oh, this is my comm screen.
So this is you're looking on the bottom left is the main screen, so everyone can see that.
This is
in
what
the
we're
very
looking
large
at, yeah.
Projector, and everyone's playing their own part of the game, which is
There we go.
their own
All right,
console.
come on, fighters.
Science, weapons, engineering, comms that Richie was doing. you know, or the fighters that are fighting little ships around to help a couple big ships out.
Oh, I didn't see it. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry.
Team game, a lot of fun.
Yes, let's run fighter beams. Let's get into beams range. We're good.
All fighters required.
That's fine. Here we go. All right.
One guy was like, it's like sending fighter to maximum pew pew power.
Quick tube boost, and then remove it.
Nuke is loaded. Torpedo tubes
Copy. As
ready.
soon as we drop, please set your best. EMP delay
Yep.
2.
And that's Mike Substilny. He's the guy who does all the mission scripts.
Oh,
in the
that's
game.
very cool.
Yeah.
Fighters bearing 180. Defend the station.
Let's take out those fighters with beams.
I'm actually playing with Tom. You can't see him.
All right, copy surrender.
Tom played with us a few times.
You think he enjoys playing his own game?
Seems to.
Yes.
He says he works on it a lot, so it kind of feels like he's always playing it.
I will as soon as my tubes are empty.
Boost the tube.
Comms, who's got fighters?
4 replacement fighters at DS1.
Great. That's the one that's under attack.
Great.
You say that like it's a problem.
So could we jump on the other side of those guys?
It's never a problem for fighters.
Behind them?
I think I showed this one because I wanted to show that there were women there.
There are actually girls
Yeah,
there,
there's
yeah.
2.
What, okay, what was the ratio, you think?
Full reverse.
Of,
One to
I'd say
20?
I'd say for every 10 guys that saw a girl,
Think so?
1 in 10. No, well, there were 100 people there. So and
So were there 10 girls?
There was
Yeah,
10 girls.
there was probably at least 15 to 20 girls. It might have been like one out of 8.
Wow.
EMP away.
Doesn't mean anything.
Well, the funny thing was that we the first person we actually met as we were getting into the hotel, who's part of the convention, was an attractive girl, and we're like, what is this? We didn't know how to talk to her. We're like, we don't know how to talk to girls anyway.
Which is evident by everything.
Oh, this is Tony doing extreme close up.
I was hoping this would make it.
Yeah, it did make it.
U00 surrendered. Bring us the rear shield.
I think is this just reset? Yeah, I believe no, it didn't.
No, I think you just...
No, it's in the video.
Oh no, it is.
That's the
Okay.
same- that's the same
Oh,
thing.
you're right.
I got a good shot, too, of the whole bridge entirety. I don't know if you saw that.
This is why I couldn't come to this convention.
You should have come, man. You had a good time.
What the hell are we thinking about here?
There's a jump drive.
We're so excited, but they have no idea. what that means.
Thinking was never me strong.
Everybody watched Battlestar
What
Galactica.
weapons do you have in
It's the
tubes?
same thing.
EMP, nuke, and P-shock, sir.
Fire!
What? Nuke away, sir.
Oh.
Server crash!
Okay, so the red thingy is getting close to the green thingy. I think we're the green thingy.
So anyway, that's just an example of what it looks like. If you
be a nerd.
if you think that's fun, you should download this game and play with your friends.
It's amazingly fun.
It's very fun. You've played it.
Oh yeah, no, I enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot. I couldn't make the con. I had to work.
The problem is like on the way back, because I think Tony and I think in a similar way. On the way back, like after seeing how everybody did it, we're like, okay, next year we're gonna rent a box truck.
I think Richie called us. You called us once gasoline and fire.
So I was like, okay, we're renting a box truck. We need subwoofers, PA columns.
Oh my god.
You know, the idea we had was we want to have like a enclosure that that's like a booth you go into.
Ah.
You know what I mean? Like the DJ booth at the NAMM show.
Right.
And we'll have like all porn stars in there.
Or the champagne room
There will
at,
not be porn stars in there.
or the champagne room at any of your
Yes.
local strip clubs.
Yeah, exactly. Like we want to make a portable champagne room. Exactly.
That should be the name of your ship.
The portable champagne room. So yeah, and it was basically like the first night was the first day. You get there at noon. It's mostly set up. You can play till midnight. We were toast from the drive. The second day is when all the events are that they have, and you basically play until midnight. And then the next day, it's like packed down. I think you got to be out of there by 3. But you know, most people are packing down. The one thing that was really a bummer is we didn't get to play. They released certain scripted missions, So like you can download this mission. Everybody was hooked up. It was a gigantic LAN party. 100 computers hooked up to one server. So you could grab files from the server, and they were making scripts like playable missions just for that convention.
Right.
That you can play sort of timed or like do time challenges or story missions. And there were some we were watching other people play them that had video screens, like green screen characters like on a bridge going like, "You have to help us! They're attacking us!" And they would just pop up on the screen like
it was really cool.
And then aliens going. Blah, 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 blah.
They keep adding to the game every time, which I really got to give it to the creator Tom for keeping the game interesting.
He's always working on it. He works real hard on it. He's also a great guy, and it's always a pleasure seeing him and hanging out with him.
Absolutely.
I'm honestly, the last time I saw this, I didn't see there wasn't shuttles or
and
fighters.
now there's shuttle and fighters and a bomber and all those cool things.
Yeah,
and the other thing is when we first we're always trying to add more than 6 people to a bridge because when we play, we have a lot of people playing with us.
Right.
So when fighters first were launched in the game, we tried it and we're like, it doesn't really add enough to the game, so we're not going to play it. But then after watching the way these guys played, we're like, fun. Oh my god, we're doing this totally wrong. The way we would do it is we would just fly the ship around, a fighter would launch every once in a while, get killed, and we'd leave, right? The way these guys do it is they'll come up to a group of enemies, they'll launch a big area attack, right, to knock out the shields and knock everybody down. Then they'll back up and launch fighters and let the fighters pick them off.
That's cool.
Yeah, and while they're shoot, so basically it takes your beams, instead of having one beam, you now have 5 beams all going at the same time with the fighters and everybody, and it's fun. I played the fighter. The fighter is fun. You got a joystick. It's a fight game. It's amazing. So and other things he added, he keeps adding different types of munitions, different just tweaking it. You know what I mean? It's better every time.
He also said he's actually, I don't know if I told you that, but he said that he actually worked out the idea for the security personnel in the ship. So if you, for example, a bad ship come near you and try to board you, and the guys will be walking around the engineering screen with a 3D ship rotating, and they could try to go in here and try to board you and try to kill your guys, stuff like that. So he says that maybe for the future he might get that in there.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun that you're why hasn't anybody made this or picked it up, or why isn't it bigger? But I feel like it makes it more special, and the fact that he can keep tweaking it and adding it and adding to, you know what I mean? That kind of makes it more.
If he wasn't passionate about it, it would be a thing that is.
Right, but you know what I mean? If this was taken by a game company, it would get ripped and it would have, you'd have to pay for all the additional content.
If EA made this, it would be a disaster.
Absolutely.
That's all. The fact that a guy who loves this genre is making it is what makes it good. And you know what? Everybody accepts that it's got its limitations, as you saw at the end of that clip, the game crashed, but no one cares.
Yeah.
It's this is fun. This is a fun thing we're doing together. Okay, the game crashes every once in a while, and because it's one guy working on it.
Right.
And doing everything. But the con I thought was very well put together. Every single person I met on that entire group entire convention was nice.
Sure.
And was welcoming. And you had a good feeling the whole time, that you were part of something cool. And if I had to compare this to Star Wars Celebration, I like this way more because it was interactive. Everything was encouraging. Not
you weren't waiting in line for 6 hours,
right? Where Star Wars Celebration was all about you can't get in.
Yeah,
this is all about come on in. And I get it. You can't compare a convention with 100 people to a convention with 75,000 people.
Right,
that's ridiculous. But I'd rather go to the 70 to the 100 person one because I had more fun.
No, I mean I've mentioned it before. We went to that Ace Comic-Con in Long Island, and that was at Nassau Coliseum. If you've ever been to the New York area, that's a huge arena, and even that was a smaller scale than Comic-Con or Celebration or stuff like that. But still was too much. And then last summer, me and Anne Marie went to this thing called BoroughCon, and it was in Queens, and there was 200 people there, and I got to spend 10 minutes with everybody at the autograph tables and take pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was, and we were like, do you like the big conventions or the small conventions? And they're like, the small conventions because we get to hang out with you people.
Right. What do you mean, you people?
You people. What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you
people?
But
I'm totally going back to that again. It's in June. I'm excited.
Well, if I am not working again next year on this weekend, I'm 100% going again because it was like a stupid amount of fun. And not to mention, I had great company with you and Damien. On the way back home, we played Dungeons & Dragons in the car, and it was a lot of fun. Just the whole trip was fun. You know, everything was fun except for that buffet that I'm still dealing with.
Oh, my God.
That buffet messed me up, man.
I think it messed me up, too.
We stopped at this questionable buffet in Pennsylvania. It was questionable.
We'll not say the name.
Yes,
but we will remember it forever.
It has stuck with me.
You know, I love to eat.
No, it hasn't, and that's the problem.
I'm Italian. I can eat anything, even if it's like subpar. Like you go through it, but like I literally came back like defeated from the buffet. I just like I went down to a chip and some like salsa, like the most basic stuff, and then I just went to salad, and I was like, I give up. I'm done.
So while we're on the video game subject, let me ask you guys a question. Are there any other video games you're looking forward to, or what are you playing right now?
I am playing Sea of Thieves right now, which is I'm playing it on Xbox. I'm playing with Damien, actually, the friend that went on the trip with us, and another friend named Vin, and love it because it's like a sandbox. It puts you right in. You're pirates. You go on a ship. You can control the sails. You drive the ship. You can fight other players. And it's so immersive and so much detail went to that game. Speaking of like how you feel the creators really care about the product, it seems like they made so many little things for you just to enjoy, and that game is a blast. We've been playing that a lot. I'm looking forward to Star Citizen if it ever decides to come out.
I don't think Star Citizen will ever officially come out. I think it's going to just be in beta, and you will play it in beta, and you have to be okay with the current state of the game, and then maybe every month or so you'll get a new feature. That's how I think But, in a way, that's kind of what playing Artemis is. It's like, it's a game that...
I'd be fine if they kept... As long as they just release it. More than what they're doing now, a little tidbit.
It's released, though. Like you can play it, and the stuff you can play...
You can fly around?
Yeah, the stuff you can play is more and more. It's a playable game, but it's basically not stitched together.
You know, they were talking about in that game of putting some of the stuff from Artemis where you can operate capital ships, supposedly, or a ship where you can have 3 different positions.
Well, that would be amazing. But you know, like you said, they have something to show for it. Exactly. But you just reminded me of something. Our bridge, like I said briefly before, was a pirate ship, and that's like a whole new thing he added to the game.
Okay.
Like we can't dock at bases to get energy or munitions. We can get them by stealing from other ships.
That's cool.
So we have to, if we like incapacitate another ship, we basically drive past it and we absorb all of its energy and weapons.
It's like pirates in space.
It's space.
Space pirates.
So anyway, I figured that'd be worth mentioning. Any games you're playing?
No.
You just got a new job, so your game playing days are over.
No, that's not true. I actually have been playing my Raspberry Pi a lot more lately. I officiated a wedding last year, and the groom is a programmer, so he built me my own Raspberry Pi as a teeny tiny Nintendo.
Oh, nice.
So it has everything from Atari all the way up to Nintendo 64.
Wow.
I finally bought a second controller for it, and last weekend a friend of mine came over, and she and I played for like hours, just like Super Mario 3 and like, you know,
yeah, you did.
Duck Hunt and stuff. Yep. But I've been doing that, and then I've always still been a fan of like the third person. What's the one where you, like Arkham? Third person.
Third person.
Third person.
Yeah.
And I saw Tomb Raider a couple of weeks ago, so I saw Tomb Raider a couple of weeks ago, so I downloaded the new Tomb Raider games on Steam.
They're great.
And I played the first one. I never played the second one, and it's great. And there's a third one coming out. I really like those.
I'm currently playing a game called Elite Dangerous. It's not particularly good, but it's but it gives me, it's a spaceships. Just like Artemis is a bridge simulator, this is a like one-man fighter simulator, and it's very good at that. But there's really not much going on in the game. But it relaxes me.
And that game is the tinkeriest game
the
ever.
Tinkeriest
I guess
game
ever
made.
There is.
Because you're basically, it's a spaceship simulator, and it's over complex about every little thing that you want to do.
Yes. And the game I'm looking forward to is Ghost of Tsushima on PlayStation 4. It's supposed to be like a sandbox, like a Skyrim-y kind of feudal Japan game, which is right up my alley. But that's another game that there's no official release date for. It's like every game I'm interested in, doesn't come out or comes out from EA and it's terrible.
It's good. It's good that they're finally like creeping their way back to the sandbox stuff a little bit.
Well, I said, like, instead of people trying to make Battlefront, like terrible Battlefront games, why don't we make like a Star Wars Skyrim game? That would be amazing.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think we've discussed this more than enough, and I hope you enjoyed this look at Artemis Armada. If you're interested in the game, what's the website? Let me try to find it here.
It's a little tricky, actually.
I'm also going to look up really quickly what the Tom Robertson episode was, because that was a good episode for you to.
Oh, it's ArtemisSpaceshipBridge.com. You got that? ArtemisSpaceshipBridge.com.
ArtemisSpaceshipBridge.com.
Right. So, let's see if I can pull this on the screen for a second. So that's it. ArtemisSpaceshipBridge.com. You can buy the game. The game is. What is this? Oh, you can get it on Steam. It's $7 on Steam, or you can for $40 you can get a license, which you can basically share with your friends. I'd say get the license because you can, if you can have your friends come over, you can all play the same game. You can just give everybody a copy, and Tom's cool about that. You can also download it on iOS or Android, and there's a forum there for anything you want to learn. And and also the game, it's one of the few games that has full DMX integration. So you can get your lights going if you have DMX DJ lights, and get them flashing like in sync with the game, which is really immersive and incredible. Like, this is a game that really encourages immersion. So if you're a Star Trek fan and you know at least 4 other Star Trek fans, and you all have like tablets or laptops, this is basically kind of better than Poker Night.
Also, if you're older, it's not very fast-paced, so you can play versions of the game, modes of the game, where it's like you're just figuring things out, it's strategy, it's not Twitch combat, it's not like a stressful thing, so you can sit back, enjoy some Star Trek, and play with your friends.
So now I'm going to, we're going to say goodbye. Thank you for watching. Joining me today was Jarrett Pressman.
I wave.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
And our special guest, Tony Hanson. So if you guys have been watching my Facebook or Twitter or whatever, I do a weekly live show. So since this is a non-music episode, I'm going to put a song from the live show. Right now we're going to listen to a song, and since we're doing like a fantasy sort of sci-fi thing, I figured let's listen to my rendition of Blue Oyster Cult's Veteran of the Psychic Wars. And if you want to participate in these shows live, I generally do them on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. New York time. And I have like a whole request list, and it's very interactive. So if you want to check that out, make sure you do that, and follow my Twitter. That's at @Rich_Castellano for updates. And so here's a video, and here's what it looks like. And then that's it. We're going to sign out with this. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Of 1,000 psychic wars, I've been living on the edge so long, where the winds of limbo roar, and I'm young enough to look at, and I'm far too old to see. Scars are on the inside. I'm not sure if there's anything left to me. Don't let these ships go on. It's time we had a break from it. It's time we had to leave. We've been living in the flames. We've been eating up our brains. Oh, please don't let these ships go on. me free. Don't let these shapes go on. It's time we had a break from it. It's time we had some leave. We've been living in the flames. We've been eating out our brains. Oh, please don't let these shapes go on. and my armor is destroyed. I have used up all my weapons, and I'm helpless and bereaved. Wounds are all I'm made of. chase go on. Don't let this shake